Hey everybody, welcome. Hope y'all are doing well today. So let's see. I got a bunch of good stuff to talk about today. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff this weekend and late last week that happened. So I'm going to talk about all that stuff today. So yeah, let's begin. So the first thing I want to talk about is it seems like my semester is off to a really good start. So things seem to be going well. Classes seem to be going well. But I'm teaching 2 classes this semester. Both classes are filled up, which is awesome. Seems like I got a really good group of students in each of my courses. I'm teaching an instructional design course, which is always a filled class, and seems like I got a good new group of students. And then I'm teaching my first esports class. I've got 20 students in the class. That class is a mix of grad and undergrad students, which is kind of, I don't know, I guess that's unusual. Not really. I shouldn't say it's unusual, but I'm just not used to teaching that way. So I don't know. It's not what I normally do. So seems kind of cool though. I'm excited, and semester seems to be going well. I need to send. So what I do in my classes is each week of the semester, I will send my students a thing like, hey, welcome to the semester. Welcome to the, hold on one second. This over, there we go. I send my students an email, like a welcome email every week, like welcome to unit 1 and here's what's due. So they like that, and I got to do that. So as soon as I'm done with this stream, that's what I've got to do. That's one of my big projects for today. I've got a few meetings today, which is always unfortunate, but they're good. They're all like, a lot of my meetings are all things. I actually posted this the other day. I was like, am I the problem person scheduling all my meetings? So that's kind of my day, and I don't have as many meetings this week as I did last week, so that's relief. So I'm going to be able to get a lot more work done. I'm actually going to do I've got to edit some photos in Photoshop today, so I'm actually going to do like a learning live session when I do that, just to show everyone how I do some of my edits, because I'm always working in Photoshop and Illustrator, and I've actually had to work in both over the last 2 or 3 days because I'm working on this new project, and my project is taking some of my paintings. Like you can see in the background here, like behind me along my wall, you can see my paintings. Anyway, I have some paintings that I think would be really cool as like graphics for like a t-shirt or a company or something like that. So I'm creating some of my photos, my paintings to be digitized, so I can send them to a few different companies to see if they would be interested in ever printing them, which could be cool. I don't know. I mean, look, worst that happens is I don't hear anything back. Best that happens is maybe they take one and say like, this is awesome. I mean, I spent all this time on the images. The images are cool. And first of all, this isn't even my idea. I keep having other people come to me and say, that image should be on like a t-shirt. That should be like a surf company logo or something like that. So I'm taking their feedback and putting it out there. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys posted on that. I am not sure what's going to come of it, but maybe something cool. So I am working on that. So I'm going to do a learning live session today. Like on, it might be a combination of like Photoshop and Illustrator, because I'm working on 2 different images right now. And one of them is a thumbnail for my live sessions, and I'm creating a new one, and another one is the t-shirt one, so, or the logo thing. So I'm going to work on both of those. So I'll do a learning live session where I'm going through showing everyone what I'm doing on Photoshop and Illustrator, because I'm using both of them right now. I've been using both of them all weekend, and today I should finish it up, but I'll show you guys that. All right. Next thing. Yeah, I'm wearing a hat. Geez, my face looks so puffy today. I don't know why. I wonder if it's like the camera angle or who knows? That's strange. My face looks puffy in the camera. I'm wearing a hat. So you know, like how you get like a hair in your eye all the time, like sometimes an eyelash just falls in. So last night it had to be like 8 p.m. I'm going to watch my wife. We finished Umbrella Academy, awesome show. Pretty good season 2, not as good as season 1. It's a little confusing. I feel like they need to get the story together a bit, but give me a couple days to reflect on that. In my next video, I'll talk about Umbrella Academy. I'm gonna actually write that down so that I remember to talk about it. I need to reflect on it. I can't give you a review of a show after I just watched it that night. I need days to think, and then I can really decide. I'm odd like that about movies. So anyway, I got something like a hair stuck in my eye, and I can't. It's like one of those ones where you can't get it out. So I had to sleep all night, like trying to get it. And I've been rubbing my eye, and now my face looks puffy. I don't know, but yeah, I got something stuck in my eye. Totally not fun. I hate when that happens, and it's still there. It's been now, over 12 hours. So that kind of stinks. I think it eventually will fall out, or it just like dissolves. I'm not quite sure. I don't really want to spend time looking it up, but I think that's what happens in this kind of situation. Yeah, I don't know why my face looks puffy today. I just ran. So maybe I'm like, I don't know, all like, I feel like my blood flowing and stuff. I ran today, hips doing good. So that's good. I got a shower, and yeah, I don't know, my face is puffy, but anyway. So some stuff happening, esports update stuff. I have the Azalea Fest Minecraft tournament is due today. So if any of you are trying to enter it, or your kids are trying to enter it, please have them submit today. Today's the final day it's due. You're building a float for a parade. Super easy. You can build one in an hour, a decent one. So go for it and enter, because there are prizes. So that is coming up. So if you haven't entered, go enter the tournament. Next thing, we have a Mario Kart tournament coming up this Friday. Mario Kart, now this is only for UNCW students, so sorry y'all. It's only for students because we partnered with Campus Life, and this is an online, it is 100% online, but it's like a welcome back tournament for students. So that's this Friday. Really excited about that. We have the brackets all set up on Smash GG, and we're all ready to go with that tournament. We've been advertising, and we're going to do a lot more advertising this week on that. So if you're a UNCW student, definitely sign up for the Mario Kart tournament, because you can do it from home. Starts noon on Friday. Going to be fun. Our Valorant team, if you're not familiar with Valorant, it is a first-person shooter game that the company that makes League of Legends released this summer. Well, they actually released the beta version in the spring, but it came out for everyone this summer. And our Valorant team for our club, these guys have been practicing like crazy. They have study guides. They're reflecting on their practices. They're practicing multiple times per week. It almost seems like they're practicing every day. I see them on the Discord practicing. And they're good, because I played a like scrimmage game against them with a couple guys maybe 2 months ago. And I think they beat us 13-0, because the games go to 13. I think they beat us 13-0, maybe 13-1. I mean, they smashed us hard. So I thought they were going to do really good at the tournament, and maybe they would have. But so first of all, this was a very competitive tournament, because the prize was you get to like be on TV, you get a chance to be on a pro team and stuff like that. So it was a very, very, very competitive tournament. There were only 64 teams, but this was a tough audience and tough group to compete against. So they played against, their bracket was against Ohio State, and we got eliminated first round. Basically, the team, so the score was 5-13. So we did get 5 points. We actually did well, but man, they just had this one sniper on their team that just kept destroying us. The guy or girl, whatever, the character, because who knows? You can't tell in a video game. They're a made up character. You don't know who's behind the person. But anyway, the person who was playing, you should have seen these snipes. It was like, boom, in 1 second, just gone. One of the plays, they sniped 2 people at the same bullet, like they were back to back. Craziness. Anyway, we got beat by Ohio State. Ohio State went on. They beat NC State, so another North Carolina team also got eliminated by Ohio State. And Ohio State went on to be in the finals, where they lost in the finals to San Jose University. So San Jose State University. So they made it all the way to the finals. So it stinks, because we don't really know how well we would have done against all the other teams. I wish it was a double elimination tournament, because the team that eliminated us also eliminated a whole bunch of other people and made it to the end. So, go figure. So anyway, our team, it was good. It was good practice for them. We're going to start doing a lot more scrimmages and carry that on. The team's doing awesome. So, props to those guys. They did great, and hopefully they keep doing it. So those are esport updates, things happening. So I was asked, let me give you some UNCW updates. So I was asked I shouldn't say UN, I should just say work updates or whatever. So they're doing this thing. They do this thing where they do like a professor spotlight. And it's cool. It's really nice. Like they do, they have all kinds of these like publicity things for like faculty, students, the community, just like it's like news magazines and stuff that they do. And it's cool. And so they do have this professor spotlight and they asked me to do it, which is awesome. I'm excited. I'm honored to be asked to do something like this, so it's really cool. They just sent me the list of questions today. I guess I responded to them via email. I wasn't quite clear if it's like an interview or I think it's just like a photo shoot and like they write about it. So I think they want me to write the answers to the questions they asked me, which is fine. I don't mind doing that. I'm going to do that today. That's actually good. It's actually much easier than me having to interview or with somebody. But one thing they want is they want a photo shoot. And I'm like, oh man. And they said it's like all fine, it's like outside somewhere. So I'm not like worried about like getting coronavirus from it because we're going to be outside separated. They're going to take some photos of me, like that kind of thing. What I don't like about it is I don't like having to go somewhere and having to get my picture taken and know that I'm supposed to be like looking my best. That's what I don't like about it. Which is funny because I'm on the video camera all the time. But when I make my YouTube videos, I'm not worried about how I look. It's more about my content. So I care about my content and what I say, not necessarily what I look like. Like I have a hat on today because my eye is bothering me and I don't want the sun in it because I have to keep like closing it because there's something stuck in it. I got like a t-shirt on, like a surfing t-shirt. It's fine, like whatever. But for this, I've got to like really get dressed. I got to like, first of all, like decide on, I'm the worst person in the world at choosing out. Like I don't choose outfits. Like I have no idea what matches. Does this hat match this shirt? I have no idea, which is funny because I'm an artist and a painter who's an artist and I develop graphics on the computer and I am on video all the time, but I can't tell you about matching colors because what matches in clothing, what I see in my brain as like cool colors on a canvas isn't necessarily what like my wife pictures when she pictures someone dressing really nice. Those are two different things. So I'm nervous about the photo shoot. I got to like brush my hair perfectly and all that kind of stuff. And what always happens is like a hair will be like sticking up somewhere, like every single time. I just can't get that stuff. I'm terrible at that stuff. I just hate having to do something. I like it, but I hate it at the same time. Like, cause I'm just terrible at it. Like, I don't know. It's just an odd thing for me. So, but I have to do it and it'll be cool when the article's out. Like I'll be excited, except I'm going to like dread like having to look at this picture, especially if I got like, I swear my face looks swollen today. I don't know what's going on. So that can't happen for my photo shoot. It's got to be like a day where it like looks good. The one positive thing. So my worst investment ever is that I bought 2 really nice pairs of work shoes in like the end of January. And the reason it's the worst investment ever is because I wore them for a month and haven't worn them for the last 6. So but I'll get to wear my new shoes. And guess what? You won't probably see them in the photo shoot. It'll be like a picture of like my head, like waist. So like you're totally not going to see them in my photo shoot. But anyway, that's coming up. That'll be with UNCW. It's like a spotlight on a professor. I assume they're doing it because of the esports stuff that I'm doing on campus, but I have no idea. I guess I'll find out. But none of the questions had to do with esports whatsoever. So they were like, just tell me about like your past and what you enjoy about working at UNCW. That was it. So whatever. They didn't seem like good like I wouldn't even ask those questions during an interview. Like when I do my interviews, I would never ask the questions they asked me. So I don't know. I guess some of them I would. I want to know like what is it about this person that makes them worthy of doing this spotlight? That's what they didn't ask me. And that's what maybe they just do ask me that, or maybe they already know it. And these are just like some extra questions. I have no idea. So anyway, we'll see how that turns out. I'll let you guys know. So other thing about work is that they identified a 3rd cluster of coronavirus. Still really small. I still think we're doing pretty good. I mean, we've identified like, I don't know, less than like 5 people that have had it or something like that. And that's going to happen with every cold and flu kind of thing that we have. So our numbers aren't like, it's not like we've identified 100 people. Cause then I'd be like, yeah, this is a big issue now all of a sudden. But so it's like, and it seems to be like they identify, control, quarantine everyone around. Like it seems like they're doing a good job. So we'll see how that plays out the rest of the semester. But it is concerning that now, last week we got an email that there were 2 clusters, and now there's a third. So like, I don't know. I know my students totally need to, they're enjoying like living in the dorms, like they're doing their college thing. And they're, you know what, for their age, considering like you're talking about 18-year-old kids, when I was 18, man, like hormones raging. I want to be with friends and go to parties and be a kid, whatever they do. I don't know. All the stuff. I would go in my dorm room, like we would have like video game tournaments in our dorm room, like order pizza, all that kind of dumb stuff that you do. And that's not dumb. It's just all the fun stuff you should do, I should say, because I'm jealous of them. It's not dumb. It's dumb that I can't do it now. But they get to because I see them in my esports club. I get to see what the kid, and they're like really enjoying themselves, and they're being responsible. They're wearing masks. They're washing their hands. They're not, man, they're doing a better job than I probably would have done. So I got to give them credit. And I feel bad if they have to, and I get it, we got to be safe. So I want to be safe and at the same time responsible, but I want these kids to have a life too. So it's a very tough thing there. But they seem to be doing good. It seems like my campus is doing well. Other campuses had bigger issues. And I think that's for a variety of reasons, but so far, so good. So kind of, but we did get that email yesterday. So that's kind of scary. Other last thing I wanted to talk about school stuff is that so one of the things I'm trying to get, and this is also esports too, I'm trying to get a piece of software called Restream. And if you're not familiar with what Restream is, basically what it does 2 different things. One, it allows you to stream to multiple places at the same time. So like I could stream to Twitch, YouTube, what was Mixer, Facebook, whatever. I can stream to multiple places, but it's not even multiple places. I can stream to multiple Twitch accounts at one time. And the other thing the piece of software does, it allows you to schedule a stream. So like I could make a video and then I could say, stream this live at 7 p.m. That kind of thing. So the reason I need this piece of software is because for my esports club, a lot of the students, so our Valorant tournament on Saturday, the students wanted to stream it to their own stream, which means that they can't stream it to the UNCW esports stream. And I get it. They want their own subscribers and all that stuff. And they are like a partner with us on Twitch. So their stream shows up on our stream, but it's not like recorded there and stay there or anything like that, which is the downfall. So if we get Restream, we would be able to have the student, they could stream to their site and ours at the same time. So that would be covered. And B, I could say to everyone who missed it, like, hey, this is going to go, we're going to stream this again at like Friday at 7 p.m. for whoever wants to watch it. And I could just put it up there. So those 2 things. So I had to ask the school for money, and it's only literally, it's $980. That's when I'm talking about a university with almost 20,000 students. $1,000 is literally like, they spend that on like recycle, like probably like in ink in the building weekly. Like, I don't know. I'm just making that number up, but they, they probably, that's nothing. And man, I can't even get it. Like I have to, so in order for me to get money now, I have to write like all these I have to write why it's going to help students, why we need it, and how much, what it is. So I have to ask, and I normally do have to do that anyway. I always have to say what it is and what it's for. So that's not a big deal. But the hard part is it has to go through my department chair, which it always did anyway. But then it has to go through my college. Then it goes through, there's like a gauntlet of like 10 people that can say no to this thing. And it has to be approved by the chancellor. The chancellor, the president of our university, is going to waste his time. Like this guy, he's dealing with coronavirus. He's dealing with the public. He's dealing with all kinds of stuff. And he's got to deal with my request for Restream. I think that's ridiculous. But apparently that's what's going on right now. So that also scares me in that, like, am I ever going to hear the answer? Like, how long is this going to take for me to hear from the chancellor? Like, I don't know. I just think it's kind of crazy that that's where we are. But I get it because we're worried about finances, so that's fine. I'm not like necessarily complaining that we're not spending right now and we're holding money and stuff like that. That's fine. I get that. We're trying to be conservative in our spending, but what I think is bothersome is that that's I think the approval process is probably, man, that's like crazy. So anyway. All right. So let's see. Okay. Other thing I want to talk about. So Apple stock split today. So if you check your accounts, if you have any Apple stock or Tesla, you have like a bunch of more shares. So I now have 4 times the amount of shares of Apple that I did. I don't own Tesla. I actually did own 0.25 shares of Tesla, which is like nothing. So now I own half a share of Tesla, but I never invested or I own 0.2 and now I own 0.5. I don't know, whatever. It was a 5-to-1 split. I never bought any shares of Tesla, but I have a bunch of shares of Apple, and now I have a lot of shares of Apple. And I already did have a bunch. So that's kind of cool. So stock split today, very curious to see what happens in the early morning hours. And I actually when I woke up today, it was like, about $1 up in the pre-market, and it's still up about $1. We'll see what happens by about 1 p.m. today or something like that. But yeah, seems like it's up, which is kind of cool. And going up in pre-market, but I don't know what the we'll see what happens by lunchtime or 3 p.m. today. That's when I really want to see. So I shouldn't even check it until then. But stock split. And as I've been saying, I've been telling you guys this, Apple is potentially announcing, first of all, they're going to announce their new iPhone and iWatch soon, but they're going to be announcing, I think they are going to be announcing an exercise fitness service. I think at their September 7th. I think I saw the date, September 7th. If they do, I think it's going to be huge. So I don't know, watch for it because it could be cool. I think that's a big thing I'm banking on and hoping for. So anyway. And then just a few things, 2 updates in my life things. So first of all, we finally closed on my father-in-law's house, and all that's done. We got the checks and everything. And we had been talking about purchasing a home at some point. So basically our plan was to, in the next few years, buy a home. Because our kid, my oldest is 9 now, and we're sharing bedrooms between the 3 kids. Well, they all kind of sleep with each other, in the same room at least every night somehow. I mean, in some combination, either the 2 youngest or the 2 oldest, or they're all, it's a different combination. But so they're at that age where they think it's cool to camp out and stuff together and stuff. But my oldest is 9. He's going to want his own room pretty soon. And so we've been contemplating what to do. We've talked about a number of options, which have been buying a new house and renting this house out, buying a new house and selling this house. We've talked about adding on to our current house and just making it really nice. So we don't know. But I refinanced this house 3 months ago so that if I do rent it, it would be a better rental, or I'm just paying less right now and I'm being able to save some more money. So one of those two, it's helping. Just interest was so low. So anyway, a house came up in our neighborhood that seems like it might be perfect for us. It's at the very top of my price range. In fact, I'm not even sure I can afford it. But we went and looked at it, and I think there's enough. It seems like they're asking top dollar for the house, and there are a couple of issues with it. So they're asking top dollar for the house as if they had put 50 grand into the house, and it was had all this stuff, but it doesn't. So there's a dead tree on the side of the house that needs to be taken away. There's no washer and dryer. I mean, there's a connector and everything, but there's no washer and dryer. The kitchen is a little small because it's a huge house, but the kitchen's kind of small. And there's no island in the kitchen or anything like that. And the appliances in the kitchen look pretty outdated. They look like they were there when they bought the house, probably. Additionally, they've been renting this house out, which always devalues the home. There's no you go in the backyard, there's no the porch isn't screened in. There's no patio, nice patio with a fire pit and stuff like that. So there's a bunch of stuff they just didn't do to the house that like other houses in their price range all have done. So that means maybe we could get like 50 grand off what they're asking. The problem is they're asking like they did all this stuff. So I don't know. You never know what's going to happen with the seller, but we're going to try it out. Well, right now I need to work with the bank to see if I can actually afford the home. And secondly, I need to see if the people would actually be willing to go down. It's probably not going to happen. And we're probably going to buy a house eventually, but it might be in like a year from now or something like that. But we'll see. I'll keep you all updated on what happens with that because it's going to happen quick because I need to like deal with the people and the bank and all this stuff like today. So it's going to happen quick. So probably like my next video, I'll have some updates. Other thing that happened this weekend, kind of random, is so we're at the pool on Saturday. So I've said that my wife, Becca, has been doing like she's doing yoga training. So I have the kids all day, Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, like all day, which is fine. I do anyway. I mean, it's not a big deal. Like that's normal. The dad, like I have the, it's just that can't even be there to do something with us. So Saturday we're at the pool and I wasn't even looking, I guess. I mean, I just saw the kids playing. So I didn't see this interaction whatsoever, but my son, Kai, he, for some reason he like picks on people. He does it because he's the older brother. So he picks on his younger brothers and it's annoying and we stop it and we punish him and all that stuff. But he, for some reason, does it to other kids sometimes. And he needs to realize he can't do that. Now we've told him, but see, he's 9. So like he gets it, but he doesn't. It's like this like weird age where like he understands, he doesn't really get, he doesn't see the big picture. Like he's just not an adult. I mean, kids do stupid stuff all the time. So apparently the other day at the pool, he squirted some kids in the eyes with a squirt gun. And we were like, you cannot do that. Don't do it again. So he was there and he was playing with this kid and he squirted the kid in the eye with a squirt gun again. I'm like, I didn't see it, but I told him like, you cannot do this. So the kid apparently took the squirt gun from Kai and smacked him in the face with it. I didn't see any of this. We got back from the pool and Kai tells us the story. Actually, he told my wife the story. He didn't tell me because I think he knew the way I would react. And basically what I said was, you totally deserve to be hit by that kid. Like, what are you doing? You cannot squirt people. You did it the other day and we told you not to. And now you did it again and got hit. Now, I feel bad that he got hit. Do I feel bad that he got hit? Yes. If I would have seen the interaction, would I have said something to him and the other kid that they can't fight? Yes. Would I have told the other kid's parent? Maybe. I don't know. I guess I would have seen how bad it was. But the kids shouldn't be hitting each other. But Kai started it, and he cannot do that. And maybe this is how he actually learns not to do it. It kind of reminds me, and it's a tough thing now because, like, you can't tell kids to, like, hit back. Like, when I was a kid, my dad told me if someone hits you, you hit them back. Or if someone says something mean to you, like, you hit them. And nowadays, if you do that, I think the parent probably gets arrested and like the kid goes to like another like foster home. Like you have like social services coming to your house. So like you can't say that. And I don't necessarily agree with what my dad had told me. So anyway, but that's what he told me back then. This was 1984, 85, 86, 87, 80s. That's what he told me to do. And even back then, like I knew, like if I hit someone, I was going to get in trouble. So, probably from my dad, probably from the police, and probably from the school. So like I knew that, like I knew what was going to happen. He just said, "Don't worry about the consequences. You stick up for yourself," kind of thing. And he was also going to probably punish me for it too, and probably like ground me forever for it. But anyway, it's just kind of funny. And it wasn't the Kai got in a fight, but just a kid, like him and his friends even like get mad at each other and like wrestle and like hit each other, not in the face, but like they hit each other when they're mad. So I don't know. I guess it's just part of learning. I guess it's just like what kids do and you have to like watch it and let them learn, but also like counsel and educate them as well. So it's kind of funny. I remember I was in like, so I wanted to talk about this, but I remember like so when I was in 7th grade, I was in 6th grade, I guess some girl was my girlfriend, but whatever that meant, like it probably meant nothing. Like wouldn't even talk to her kind of thing. But this guy was like, I want that girl to be my girlfriend, so I'm going to fight you. So this guy, anyway, so he tells me this on Friday. He's like, I'm going to fight you Monday after school at the bus stop. So he tells me this on Friday. So why he didn't want to fight me right then, I don't know. But he says, I'm going to fight you Friday or Monday after the bus stop. So me being the kid I was, I didn't tell my parents because that probably could have stopped the whole situation. I didn't tell the school because that probably could have stopped the whole situation. But I feel like I didn't think those were options. And I do remember this with my kids. I feel like because of like just I don't know, I felt independent and peer pressure and stuff that I didn't think those were options for me at the time to do anything about. So um I went through the weekend. I remember I was pretty nervous and like scared. And then I came to school on Monday and the kid was like, we're going to fight today after school. And I remember being pretty nervous and just, I don't know if I was scared. I didn't like it. And it was made me feel maybe I was scared. I had some fear about it, or maybe, I don't know, whatever. And but the whole part of the story is I showed up at the bus stop on Monday after school. I showed up. I saw the kid come over. I put my bag down. He came up and said, I don't want to fight you, and shook my hand. And I guess the reason why is it was just a big test to see if I was going to show up. And I was happy. And it's kind of funny because I didn't become like friends with the kid, but we became like on friendly terms after that, which is really weird. But yeah, just a funny story. I'll always remember that as like one of those memories. I'll always remember that interaction at the bus stop, him walking up, me putting my bag down, and him saying, I don't want to fight you. Always made me I felt so good after that. I was like, oh my gosh, like I was so nervous for the last like 72 hours, and this ended up being nothing. And it's kind of funny because that adrenaline and stress from thinking about that, like I went through that at multiple periods in my life, not from fights, but from other things like medical scares or something bad happening to someone, or just anticipation of like I just talked about buying a house. Like, is it going to go through? Is the bank going to approve? Is all the stuff going to work out? Like, I just went through all of that with Becca's father-in-law's house. So I don't know. It's just interesting, all the things we go through in life. And I guess I started to reflect on that as I saw like Kai have a bad interaction with a kid at the pool, and just think about like, how can I better educate him, and what can I do to make him feel more confident that he can tell me things, not be scared and stuff like that. So I don't know. I guess it's just part of being a kid and part of being a parent, and things that you learn and things that you want to do. All that I can try to do is do better and do the best that I can, learn from lessons I took as a kid and try to improve upon them. So that's what me and my wife are trying to do. And we're both very different. Like when I told Kai, my first reaction was to say to him, like, you deserved it. I shouldn't have said that. I should have said what happened. I should have asked him more questions, been more observant, and then said, that's what's going to happen. If you hit someone, they might hit you back. So be prepared. I mean, he squirted the kid. He wasn't expecting to get hit in the face, but still, like, you cannot do things like that to people and not expect a reaction. So anyway, moral lesson learned for the weekend for my boys. So anyway, yeah, good stuff. We went to Topsail yesterday. We did some surfing. Kai's actually surfing by himself, kind of, which is awesome. I caught some good surf. Looks like there might be some coming in the next week, so I'm excited about that. Otherwise, normal week for me. Ran today, plan to work out, lift tomorrow, and I just got a bunch of work to do. And anyway, I'm going to try to do a learning live session today on Photoshop and Illustrator, and I'll probably have another one this week. I haven't decided if it's going to be instructional design or esports, but one of them is going to be coming, so be ready for that. And that's it, y'all. I'll probably do another reflection video. I did one last Monday and Friday, so maybe I'll try to stick with that. Maybe I'll do another one on Friday, kind of like the end, like beginning of the week, how I feel, like I'm all energized and all that stuff. And the end of the week, I'm like dead. So I'll do that. All right, y'all. That's going to be it for today. And have a good day. Have a good week, everyone.